Railers will take possession starting the fourth quarter with a 14-point lead over Southeast, 35-21.
It's open.
Back door, Joey kicked it back out.
Yeah, he had an open layup, but he also saw 6'7" Henry coming and closing in fast.
Cruz throws it away. Tried to look for Joey, and he threw it away out of bounds.
But you got to expect something different from Southeast now. It's been man-to-man. We've been running the weave. When we start running that weave now, right there they started to jump that pass and put two guys on him and gave Cruz a little extra man to get around.
Senor over to Hill. Back on top to Senor. In the corner. Anderson's three off the front of the rim.
Nice, Cruz.
Cruz fights Henry for it. It goes to the hands of Olden.
Yeah, he didn't get the rebound, but he fought his tail off against Henry, and somebody else got it.
Max working against Hill. Backdoor, Podbelsic. Again, the backboard gets slapped, and no call once again. Coming the other way, Senor turns, kicks it out to Hill. Hill, and Austin's going to foul out. As Austin clipped him as he went by. That'll be number 5 on Cruz. In fact, I don't know who it was that hit the backboard, but hit it so hard that the light came on.
Yeah, I don't understand that. That used to be a technical, or at least a basket good. It's no longer that anymore. Oh, that foul was way out here. It was on the baseline. That wasn't even close.
Yeah, Cruz, it was right down here.
That foul wasn't 2 shots.
So Hill will go to the line. Free throw up. Free throw is good. (35-22). Second one good as well.
Yeah, again, Southeast starts out the quarter with the points, and the Railers have got to come back right now.
Here comes the double team. We heard the hack all the way up here. Max tracks it down, flips it over to Olden into the front court. .6:45 to go. Railers lead is at 12.
Yeah, the intensity for Southeast, especially on the defensive end, has picked up quite a bit. The Railers got to do a good job of handling the basketball here.
Yeah, like you said, Josh, be good with your passes, and as hard as it's going to be, you got to wait to pick up your dribble. Gavin in the lane, kicks it back out to Olden. Bolby back in the contest, replacing Cruz, who fouled out. Ed's back out there, he has 4. Block. Railers have worked it down to 6:15 in the contest. Max down the lane, on the bounce to Bolby. Bolby over to Gavin. Gavin, contact, no call. Missed the shot. Quickly into the front court. Senor drives over to Henry. Henry lays it up and in. And now Southeast has cut it to just 10. And the official's got to tie his shoe.
Yeah, it's a nervous time for the Railers right now. We've really taken the air out of the ball. We've taken some time off the clock, but we're not getting scores. We're getting to the basket, but we're not going up strong. And maybe those calls that were happening in the first half are not fouls right now. So the Railers got to buckle it up here. You only got 5:50 left, and if you're tired now, you got to find something extra.
10-point lead for the Railers. Max down the lane, hands it over to Bolby. Bolby with the reverse layup, and it'll roll good.
Max can do that every time. He can get to the baseline. He can get to the rim. They're coming off of Henry's coming off, and he can get it to Bolby almost every time.
Senor top of the key 3, long again. Gavin with the rebound, and that's going to be.
That's how you go for a rebound, Jeff. He took contact, and that's 5 on Hill. Sorry to interrupt you, but that's how you go for a rebound. Gavin went after it, and there was nobody else going to get that ball, and he took a shot in the face. But at this point in the game, you've got to sacrifice everything you've got to get rebounds.
5:30 to go, 37-25. Well, we've had one foul out on Austin Cruz. They've had 5'8" sophomore B.J. Hill. He just fouled out, looking to go home run. There's Joey. Joey in the front court, and he'll just curl right back to the timeline.
Now let's run some clock and have Max go right down the middle of the lane again. Should be nothing different.
And if they start overplaying our guys on the baseline, we know Max can just take it himself. Will lost it.
Timeout.
Ball loose, picked up by Bolby. Max down in the corner again.
Raylor's really trying to play too fast here.
Max again, crossover against Henry, down the lane, the finger walk out, and he is fouled.
Every time. This is Max's time right now. They can't guard him on the perimeter. Senor's in foul trouble. Jagger's in foul trouble. He can go to the rim, and something positive is going to happen, whether he goes all the way for the layup or he kicks it down to Bowlby.
No Railers on the line for this free throw. Max misses it. 39-25, Max with 9 in the game. Back on top to Senor. 3 on the way, that's up off the back of the rim, no good. Henry outfights everybody, lays it up and in again.
Yeah, they get another offensive rebound. There's times where we do a good job of boxing out, and then there's times we just forget all about it.
4:44 to go, 39-27, Southeast takes time. We'll take it with them. Railers up 12. Back in a moment with a 12-point advantage. And Josh, through a quarter and almost a quarter and a half here in the second half, the Railers have 9 points.
Well, it's a good thing Southeast isn't too far ahead because it'd get obviously a lot closer. But the Railers just got to take it. Oh, man, another timeout.
Railers had to take another timeout, unable to get the ball in, so they'll take time. We will keep it here. And, I'm sure you've played in games similar to this where you've seen a lot of fouls, but I don't know if it was anything like this. Talk about how it just robs you of that rhythm and flow in the game.
Well, you talk about the score. Look, 27 points by Southeast. So many fouls, you just can't get in a rhythm as far as being a shooter or as far as when to turn it on, when you can play, how hard you can play, what you can do on defense. It's really nothing. And it's definitely hard to play, but then again you got to adjust, and there's just different officials call different games, and the Railers have done a pretty good job of adjusting. I thought both teams have done a better job of adjusting here in the second half with just 9 fouls, but it could be a lot more here before this game's over.
Gavin trying to get it in, gets it in now to Olden.
We're having some trouble getting the ball inbounds, and the Railers got to set more screens.
Max dribbles into the front court. And a foul is going to be whistled on Crawford as he was just a little too close for comfort on Max. That'll be foul number 6, I believe, on the team.
It'd be nice to get them, obviously one more will put us in the bonus, and it'd be nice just to be able to handle the ball on any little tic-tac that they've called all game that we'd be going to the foul line.
Get it into Bowlby, and a foul is going to be whistled on Henry, and that'll be his second. That'll send Bowlby to the line shooting bonus.
Yeah, not a hindrance on Henry's foul problems, but we go to the bonus, and a big thing. Good job by Bowlby, not just being passive, going to the basket, attacking, and he gets awarded for hopefully 2 free throws.
Railers so far 12 of 14 from the line tonight. Free throw on the way. That's good. Bowlby only has 6, but he's been really limited tonight with foul trouble.
Yeah, that's been really his kind of his problem all year. Not of a problem, but the only thing that keeps him off the floor at times is just foul trouble.
41-27. 41's what we had last night against SHG. This one a little better at this point. It's a 14-point lead as Max kicks it into the backcourt. Senor, their leading scorer, with just 5 points. And those were 5 that he got early on in the second half. Henry makes a move around Bowlby, shoots up an air ball. Podbelsic grabs it down. Gavin working against Crawford, now into the front court to Cook. Halfway through our fourth quarter, Railers up 14. There's a backdoor to Podbelsic, swinging around the perimeter. And the Rails will run some more clock.
Yeah.
And then another foul out high.
Yeah, again, they've got to, they got a foul. We've done a pretty good job of handling the basketball, but you got to think if you're Southeast, something different's going to change. You can't just continue to chase our guys around. You're going to run out of time, and thank goodness they're not. But if you're a Railer, expect some kind of run and jump or some way to speed us up. But as you said, I think the foul trouble has really taken them out of their game.
Gavin's first free throw up and good.
I don't want to say the foul trouble, but necessarily the way the game has been called has taken it out of their game because they're an aggressive, hang on you, just up and down, and they just haven't been able to get into a flow at all.
Second one, good
nice.
again.
Nice, good job by the Railers so far. You win games in the fourth quarter with free throws, and we're 4 for 4 so far.
43-27. Hughes over to Anderson, to Senor. Anderson mishandles a little bit, skips it across the top to Crawford, firing a three. That's no good, and
good
there's
job,
Cook
Bulby.
with the rebound.
Yeah, Bulby put his tail right in the back of Henry, and he wasn't 10 feet from the basket.
Under 3.5 to go. Railers have extended the lead back to their halftime advantage at 16. Gavin picks up the dribble now, gets it to Cook.
Yeah, still be aggressive. You get an open lane, you got to take it. But you can run some clock here.
Gavin on the baseline, flips to Bulby, who can't get it to go down, but he's going to the line for two more.
Yeah, 2 shots, but Henry gets his third with a little shove as Bulby goes in. Gavin goes baseline, a nice little dump-off pass to Bulby right underneath the hoop. Just couldn't get it to fall, but took a little forearm in the stomach. But Bulby will step up here and hopefully make 2.
Edward, first one, good. You know, Josh, we talked about it a little bit during the first half last night for the Railers, where they seemed a step slow. They just seemed like they weren't at the pace they wanted to be. And tonight, this is just not the pace we're used to seeing Southeast. Like you said, they look tired.
Yeah, they do, and you wouldn't think that coming off a 30-point win at Rochester last night, but they definitely don't look like the way they played our first meeting.
45-27. Senor drives in, kicks it over to Hughes. No good. There's Henry fighting for the rebound. Couldn't grab it.
Good job by Max, too. He was in there battling with Henry, and Gavin gets the rebound. You know, you don't always get the rebound when you block out, but you allow somebody else to get it, and you disallow to somebody that you're blocking out. So.
Bulby, the reverse. It's up a lead to 20.
Good job by the Railers, and now it's Southeast is done.
47-27.
Bulby with 8 here in the quarter.
Bulby yet with 11 points so far. And it looks like Southeast is going to wave the white flag.
Yeah, they're calling off the troops.
Two minutes to go. Railers up by 20. Underneath the bullet pass to Bulby. Kicks it back out to Podbelsic. And right now, Josh, you talk about it all the time. It's free throws or layups, so that's it.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Handle the basketball and make your free throws or make a layup. And this game is in the books with a huge, huge win here at home.
And it's really hard to describe how it got to this.
Yeah, it's been a funny game. I mean, we haven't seen a game called like this all year. Yeah, you're almost like falling asleep as many fouls were called.
Gavin goes in, has it blocked away by Henry. Bulby and Henry fighting for it, and alternating possession will send it back to Southeast.
Yeah, it looked like Gavin could have dropped it off for Bulby as Henry came over, but a nice block shot. Probably just a cramp by Gavin. He's played a lot of minutes tonight, and as the Railers are going to step off the court, it looks like a lot of the sophomores coming in, Bobby Donofsky, and a lot of the Railer faithful stepping up and giving them a hand here. It's a nice showing for the Railers, coming off a disappointing loss last night, but the team in white comes back nicely and up 20 right now with 1:29 left.
On the floor for the Railers, Will Cook, Jordan Perry, Bobby Donofsky, Adam Conradi, and Peyton Ebelair. 1.5 to go in this one. Win number 20 on the season for the Railers, and no probably bigger surprising win than this one.
Yeah, it was not necessarily a big surprising loss last night, although I thought we would win. But the way this one came about is just an obscure game from what we've seen all year long. Really aggressive in the Central State 8. Fouls rarely called, and this one was just took it out of the players' hands for the most part.
As Conradi comes around, does a nice job tipping it away, getting the steal. Under a minute. Donofsky tracks it down before it goes out of bounds. Down to Will. On top to Perry.
Donofsky in with 4 other sophomores as the sophomores improve their record again. Just 1 loss on the season. That was, I believe, overtime. Was it Jacksonville by 1 or something and in the Chatham tournament? So those guys have been really impressive also.
30 seconds to go. Railers up 47-27. If I remember right, it was tied at 28, I think, down at Southeast. So the Railers have held them at this point to under that total that they had for just the first half as the ball comes down into the hands of Will Cook. And that's going to be how this one ends. Final seconds tick off the clock. Railers with the victory, 47-27. For the 30th time in school history, the Railers get to 20 wins. They're now 20-4, 10-2 in the conference. Southeast drops to 15-5, 9-2 in Central State 8 play. Again, the final score, Lincoln 47, Southeast 27. We'll be back with our post-game show in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.